What is up, everybody? Chris here from Fake Sports News, back at it again with another video. Today I'm going to be going over the roster changes that took place from the 17th through the 20th of June, which was this following week up until Thursday. Of course, all the announcements weren't made until Friday, so that's why I didn't get the video out yesterday. I'm just going to start off by reading all of the changes that happened, and then after that I'll do a recap of the new team compositions. Of course, for E6, we had Mayhem and Brezzy leaving UIU and Elevate respectively to join them. We also had Cammy, Weeman, and Nolson joining units. Of course, Cammy and Weeman were both free agents, and Nolson came over from Splice. Next, we had Bance leaving units and actually becoming a free agent. Apparently, he got dropped. I wasn't really expecting to see this because Bance was one of their best players at the last event, so this was a bit shocking. Next up for UIU, I was really happy to see this. I'm happy to see Methods finally getting some help. We had, of course, Phantoms, Saints, Blast, and Classic joining the team. Phantoms came from EG, Saints and Blast both came from Midnight, and Classic, of course, came from LG. Next for Team Heretics, we had Vortex leaving in place of Sukri. Of course, Vortex is coming from Movie Star Riders, and now Sukri is just a free agent looking for a team. Team Reciprocity, of course, picked up Alex from units, and they moved Shawnee to the substitute role for their team. One of the biggest moves, of course, was Hook moving to Splice. Of course, Hook has been regarded as one of the top players within this game. Personally, I think he's a top 4 player, and now he's being paired with Temp, who personally I believe to be a top 2 player at this point, just because Gunless has been inactive. Otherwise, I'd have him as the second best player. Of course, we have 2 of our top 5 players on the same team, so we'll see how this goes for Splice. Even though Envy got rid of Hook, if you're a fan of Envious, you shouldn't be too worried. They just loaned him to Splice in the short term, and they will get him back at the end of Black Ops 4, so going into franchising, things look pretty good for Envious. Of course, they were able to pick up Assault, who is a free agent, and bring him onto the roster, as well as Gunless, who they got on loan from LG, so things are looking good for Envious. I'm not too sure how things will go with Aches still being on the roster. Aches has not really been performing well in Black Ops 4, so I don't really know how that's going to pan out. And of course, Aches and Gunless are 2 very opinionated players, so I see them butting heads in the future if, things go as expected. So not really too sure how that's going to work out chemistry-wise, but I'm hoping it goes well for Envious. They've been struggling a lot this year, and I hope that they find some success soon. Of course, LG was able to pick up Skies and Brack. Of course, Skies came over from Elevate and Brack came over from Team Units. I think that this bodes well for them, as Brack and Skies have been 2 of the best up-and-coming players in this game, and this was a pretty good trade considering the fact that they loaned out Gunless to Envy. And of course, no Rostermania is complete without a few notable free agents. Of course, we have Parzillion from UIU, who became a free agent. We also have Jet Li from E6, who is a free agent now. He's a great player, as well as Parzillion. Classic, of course, from LG became a free agent. Classic hasn't really had the best year, so it wasn't really shocking to see that he became a free agent. No disrespect to him, he's had a rough year. Of course, Sukri from Team Heretics got replaced by Vortex, so now he's a free agent, and Pharaoh from Team Envious is now a free agent. Of course, he got replaced by Gunless and Assault. Now I'm going to list the new rosters. Of course, I'm going to start with E6. We have General, GodRx, Kismet, Brezzy, and Mayhem. That's their new roster. Of course, for units, we have Cammy, Weeman, Nolson, Rated, and Joe. For Midnight, we have Royalty, Zaptius, Parasite, Frosty, and Lamagod. For Elevate, we have Profizi, Lacefield, Whalers, Emruiz, and Believe, who came over from Mazer Gaming. And Lacefield, of course, came from Midnight. For UIU, we have Methods, Saints, Blast, Phantoms, and Classic. For Heretics, we have Journey, Lucky, Method Sick, Vortex, and Metals. For Rec, we have Alex, Wuskin, Dens, Dylan, and Zed. For Splice, we have Hook, Temp, Aqua, Looney, and Jerd. For NB, we have Gunless, Aches, Silly, Assault, and Decimate. For LG, we have Formal, Slacked, John, Brack, and Skies. For EG, we have Accuracy, Attach, Exotic, JCap, and Apathy. And the notable free agents, as I said before, are Parzillion, Jet Li, Classic, Sukri, and Pharaoh. And then for substitute changes, we had Facento moving to E United substitute, even though he's a coach. Luminosity, we had Twerk moving to their substitute. Splice, they of course picked up Defrag. Elevate picked up Pentagram, who's one of the best up-and-coming AMs in the scene. This was a really good pickup for Elevate. If things don't work out for them, they can swap out one of their players with Pentagram, and he's a nasty SOG. Honestly, he should have been on one of these Rostermania teams, like the main roster. He's that good. For Midnight, of course, we had them picking up Exceed. Units picked up Mad Cat and EU Legend. And Reciprocity, of course, moved Shawnee to the bench. And UIU picked up Spoof. There were some really good changes made. Honestly, I think that LG is the best team coming out of Rostermania. Of course, Envy could do very well. I think EG, their trade didn't really make much sense. They got rid of Phantoms and they picked up Accuracy, who got dropped by Splice for chemistry issues, of course. But I thought that Phantoms was a fantastic player and he had a lot of upside. Honestly, with the performances JCap has had lately, I would have seen Accuracy for JCap as a more reasonable trade. But of course, we don't know 100% of why this decision was made, so it's all just speculation. Honestly, I think that really Midnight and Elevate, they're two of the better teams that will probably fly under the radar, but they got significantly better with these trades, as well as UIU. UIU, of course, is one team that I have talked about to no end. They struggled all year long, and in my last video I said that I really wanted Methods to get some help during Rostermania, and it looks like he's finally getting some help. So happy to see that. And of course Splice, I mean, honestly, I think that they could be a nasty team, but looking at the fact that Hook got dropped from Team Envious, I'm not really sure if he has chemistry issues or if he's just so dominant that it's hard for him to play with other people and it's hard for his teammates to kind of play around him. So we'll see how things go for them. Honestly, none of the best teams within the game made roster changes, so it's kind of interesting to note that no Optic or 100 Thieves or any of the huge teams. I honestly would have expected E United to maybe make a change if we're looking at teams that were in the top tier that are looking to get back there consistently. But maybe they can just fix things with better play and just going over some strats and maybe improving things that way. But yeah, we'll see how things go for this week of cross-divisional play and, of course, the next couple weeks. Cross-divisional play should be a good measure of how these teams are performing post-Rostermania and how the rest of the year will shape out for them. So be on the lookout for my cross-divisional play preview video tomorrow. It'll be going live sometime tomorrow evening, so be on the lookout for that on the channel. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great morning, noon, or night, wherever you may be on this beautiful planet, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace.